Well, I haven't been able to make a video for a while. For some reason, my IP address on my desktop computer with the Logitech camera and everything has changed. And all my Wi Fi connections around the house work, but I can no longer access the internet with my desktop because it has the wrong IP. Any computer genius out there that could help me with this, I would be very grateful. Uh, Thank you, everyone who wrote and asked how I was doing. Bad thing happened to me. Um, I just laying around like I'm always laying around, and suddenly I turned 70 back in March. And the funny thing, for those of you who are younger than I, which is everybody on the planet except Peter in England, um, I feel inside my head like I'm still young, like 17 or 18, but physically I'm not young, and I realize this. And somebody said that I was slurring my words, and I get things confused. And so I felt the best way to answer that and deal with it is to hide. And I have the perfect man cave to hide in. That's what I'm in now. The new RV I bought. It's new for me. I had the Clipper motorhome, which we never could get to run. This one's a Pace Arrow. It's 31 foot long, and I'll give you a tour of it when I get it all figured out and don't get lost while wandering around in it. And it's kept me occupied, and I've been sleeping out here in it, getting familiar with it. It's been on its first trip. We drove it down Interstate 5 to a place called Paradise Point. I've decided with the price of gas what it is, I'm only going to take this RV 100 miles away from the house because I have towing insurance that covers towing it for 100 miles. So it's never going to go more than 100 miles. And it'll give me a couple months to save up for the gas. It's not gas friendly. This is not an electric RV. It runs on gasoline, and consequently, um, a short trip, 35 miles or so, costs several bucks. So I'm keeping that at a minimum. Some interesting things have happened that I really wanted to do videos on. One, I kept looking at the RV and thinking, God, it would be nice to take it on a trip outside the driveway. And then I think about the price of gas. So I said, I gotta figure out, since I can't really teach right now, and I really can't do much broadcasting because my voice is deteriorating, and nobody wants to hire anyone old like me. Got to figure out a way. So I was looking through the various things on the internet, and I found this thing called Mystery Shoppers. And I thought, man, this is a way. Now, I wasn't going to pay a lot. It was $17. And I filled out the forms, and they called on the phone. And I read all the things about the scams, and I looked at all of that, and I found what I thought was a reliable company. And they called, and they gave me two options. One was with a place that would lube my car, and the other was to go into a car agency and say I was interested in buying a new car. And he gave me all these parameters. One payments around $350 a month, and it should be a new car. So I decided I would try that, but not that I needed a car. I mean, I've got a car right now. If its check engine lights didn't all flash every time I tried to drive it, I'm afraid to drive it anywhere except Walmart. So anyway, I did that. And I don't know, this may be a scam. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'll just make it very brief. This could fill at 10 minutes that I'm using the laptop, and it sucks. Bottom line was, he asked for, he said, we should probably get a, what do they call it? The check on the car, where they check it on some kind of a database. Damn it, I had it in my head, and then I started to see the video, and I can't remember it. Fax check or something on the car. So he said, "Here, sign this, and then I'll go do that." And he looked in the glove compartment, and silly me, because I lose everything. I had the title of the car. Don't ever do this, in the glove box. And he grabbed the title, and he said, "This is all I need. I'll get you the fax check on the car." and let you know what we can give you as a trade-in. Well, the mystery of this whole thing is I have never in my lifetime had to put up with such pressure. We started with payments of $429 a month and ended with a payment of $299 a month. I refused to sign for the car, and the car agency closes. Now I'm doing all this for $17, and the car agency closes, and we're still there for a half an hour where they're talking these two salesmen at me, boom, 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 and I kept saying, my doctor says I won't be able to drive within a year. I really can't be doing this, but I was curious, and I just went out of there. So I finally left, and as I left, they shut the door, and it dawned on me they have the title of my car, and that is not a good thing. So I called them the next day and went in, and they lost the title. They don't have it. Now, I don't know if this is to keep me from looking at other cars, or if somewhere somebody's going to sign that title and a tow truck will come and take my car away. It's amazing what one will do for $17, isn't it? And the forms that they wanted me to fill out, I mean, there's page after page of questions. It's very confusing. And the forms, I can't answer them on my computer, so I had to go try to print them out. And it's a mess. But the bottom line is I lost the title of the car. I don't know how to handle that. Have any of you a suggestion how to handle it? The people there are very nice, except they've got my title, which I think could lead to great problems. So that's the major problem and hassle that's gone on with me. I've tried to write the mystery shopper company, but there's no answer. They don't respond to anything I say. So I really don't know how to handle this problem. I'd love to comment on politics, especially about the NRA and they're wanting to have these automatic rifles so they can take on our National Guard. I keep thinking they have laws now that say since cigarettes are harmful to our health, we really have to pay a fortune for them, and I really wish we could do the same for guns. It seems to me the NRA's answer, if they were the ones handling the cigarette debate, I saw this on Facebook, stealing the idea, is the NRA says if you want to stop smoking, just sell more cigarettes. Everybody should have a cigarette. They just bother me. Anyway, that's what's been happening. Emma is a great RV traveler unless she sees another dog, and then she goes bananas. That's what's been happening with me. I'll try to be more diligent at making videos, if you will excuse me.